Hello and welcome to Zine's A to Z of the Binding of Isaac Rebirth. My name is James. Today I'll be talking you through everything about Rebirth, from important strategies down to the very basics. Hopefully as I play, not only will I be able to impart knowledge, but learn myself at the same time. Pros may want to skip ahead in this series, as I envision the first few episodes covering everything from what an item room is to how to get into those skull doors, but hopefully later in the series should be more akin to your average Let's Play, although possibly at a less hurried pace. I'm always open to advice myself too. Leave a comment down below or tweet at Zine for anything I did wrong or that I could do better, or if you have a seed you think I should feature for good examples of synergies. As we start, I've already completed the boss rush for the characters, so there's no real time pressure to get through the game quickly. Today I'll be starting by taking Isaac to the dark room, assuming the RNG wields it. Here we go then. New run, Isaac, hard mode. Today's seed is going to be 8B1N T1YB. I'll leave that in the description of the video in case you'd like to play along with me and try this for yourself. Right, onto the first room. As you can see here, golden door. Golden door means an item room. There will be one free item within it, and in this case it's the Yum Heart. The Yum Heart allows you to heal one full heart of damage every time it charges, which is after defeating 4 rooms worth of enemies. It's not very much use to us, so instead I'm going to use the D6, the item I started with, by unlocking it. The D6 works by once every 6 rooms you can use it to reroll every item pedestal within one room into another item, which can be very useful. I'm going to take this. How to jump allows you to jump, which is really useful for getting over pits. However, I'm not going to take it down to the next floor, as the D6 will be more useful, and I would like to recharge it in order to re-roll how to jump. Right, this is a fight versus Sloth, one of the this little thing here is a silkworm, and will just keep charging at me until I kill it. Oh dear. These things are spitting explosive green balls, just avoid them, they're not particularly difficult, not in a room this size. And then Sloth just takes tears to the face. He's not terribly hard as he's on the first floor. There we go. They're the 7 deadly sins. Sloth is one of them, and there are all the others in the game as far as I'm aware. Right, 2 diamonds. If you have 0 coins, we'll give you 2 coins. If you have any amount, if you have 1 coin, we'll give you 1 coin, obviously, because it doubles your number of coins. So it's best to use after you have 2 coins. So say you've got 5 coins, you'll have 10 coins. It's much better to keep it until you have to use it, rather than using it immediately. Right, red spiders will charge at you, especially if you're close enough to aggro them. The little poops will basically just wander around aimlessly. So you can control where the little spiders go by when you get next to them and how fast you run away. That key will be really useful. It will be useful for mostly unlocking chests and unlocking rooms later on. This is a cent, means we've now got 1 cent. Not worth doubling, because I'd get less than if I had 0 cents when I used 2 diamonds, because it will give you at least 2 cents if you have no other cents. Right, these are poops. Basically shoot them and you can get things out of them, including spirit hearts and eternal hearts. You can't actually see my health bar because for some reason this seed, the first floor, has a curse on it which stops you from seeing your health. So I'm going to have to be very careful to try and not take any damage, just for the sake of not forgetting what damage I have already taken. These black spiders are explosive spiders, so when you kill them, you need to be as far away as possible because they will explode. If you can use them to explode the pots, for example, or you've got a bomb, exploding the pots can be quite useful for getting money. The pots can drop a 25-cent coin, i.e. a quarter, or lots of spiders, or just money. More often than not they drop spiders, but it is still worth doing because those little spiders aren't terribly difficult to avoid. Right, this room, you just have to dodge these spikes and hope to get out. I have yet to see somebody who finds that room fun. These spiders are champion versions of spider spawners. They put down those little sacks that spawn little spiders, so it's best to shoot them as fast as possible and try and get rid of the big spiders as quickly as possible, because they will continue spawning spiders up to their limit. I think it's 3 per spider, so you want to get rid of them, because otherwise you'll be fighting a never-ending battle against the spiders they spawn. Oh dear, I've taken, I think, 2 hits of damage, so when we go down to the next floor I should have 2 full hearts, because Isaac starts with 3 full hearts. And you take half a hit of damage from these little red dot spiders each. I'm not doing very well at just focusing on the blue ones because there's such a plethora of tiny little red spiders that I need to get out of the way first. Right, there we go, one's gone, and he gave me some flies. Flies are really useful because each of them does 2.5 times the amount of damage you normally do on your own and will automatically target enemies. There are some ways to get more flies easily, but that's something for another time. Like I said, the little poops I'm not to be worried about. This medium-sized, if you can believe it, poop will charge at you and try and kill you. So it's best to fend them off as fast as you can. Shooting tears at them can slow them down if your tears are powerful enough, but in this case it's better to just walk out their way. Still, I should be shooting the poops to try and get as many coins as possible, and in fact fires you can also shoot to get coins out of them, although there are certain tactical situations where you want to leave a fire alive in order to use it to gain, to take damage from it. For example, if you have something that upon dying will give you a bonus, assuming you have some way of coming back to life. So for example, Lazarus starts with 1 life and -1 luck. So if you die, you get a damage bonus and your luck is reset to 0. So it's worth trying to die on the first floor in the most convenient place possible, i.e. normally when you have extra health on the floor, but that's sort of an advanced strategy that I will talk about later when I reach Lazarus. Right, this guy is a champion version of an annoying fly. It's an annoying fly because he's hanging out over the rocks. When you get the ability to fly, if you get the ability to fly in any given run, hanging out over the rocks is a brilliant strategy if you can manage to do it and still shoot. The difficult thing is that your tears will break apart on the rocks, so if you don't have spectral tears you might be in trouble. Right, this is a shop. I'm not going to go into it because I only have 3 cents and I only have the chance of getting another 3 more with 2 of diamonds. So even if I defeat the boss, there may be a chance I get more money, but it's not yet worth going in. The cheapest thing in there, without having some kind of lucky sale on, is 5 cents. So like I said, really not a lot of point in it. Right, now I'm going to try and outweight these things and not walk directly into them, which is actually trickier than it looks. I do now have a reroll, but I'm going to save it in case the boss item is terrible, because the item room wasn't good, but we might as well see which item is worse. I imagine how to jump is worse, because I would not want to take it with me. But then if the boss item is also terrible, the question is which is it worth? Is it worth going back through that spike room to bother re-rolling it when I'm going to have to re-roll this one as well? It may then become worth buying a battery from the shop in order to re-roll both, but we'll see if that is necessary at the time. The shop does sometimes contain something called a battery. A battery will fully recharge any one item, and at the shop costs 5 cents, other times will just drop, but it is really useful to have them lying around on the floor. Unfortunately you can't take them with you, there's not kind of a battery knapsack, which would be brilliant, but who knows what we'll get in the expansion. Right, this guy is Pin. Sorry I forgot to mention it, but the tactic to defeat him is just don't get hit. He jumps towards you and you can walk out his way fairly easily, especially for a first floor boss. He's quite easy. If you do have penetrative tears, so for example Death Touch or the star sign that gives you a cute little headdress and penetrative tears, then you can stripe damage all the length of his body as the tear passes through while he's jumping at you. Without that, it's just easier just to wander around and shoot at him. This is, well, it's food, dessert in this case, and it just gives you 1 extra red point of health. It's not much use for protecting you from red heart damage, which is what will detract from your chance to get a deal with the devil, but we'll deal with that in the next floor when I'm going to have to try and avoid any red heart damage. Right, let's re-roll this one more time and cross our fingers that we get something better than how to jump. Sissy Longlegs, I'll take it. She loves you. Basically, she will wander around and create helpful little flies for me, helpful little spiders I should say, to kill anything that gets in my way. Right, looking for a secret room, I can see there's one spot that is really attractive and quite likely to contain one. I would say it's this one, because it's surrounded on at least 3 sides, and you should be able to access it from all the sides in which it is contacted, so the chances are it is a secret room. So let's go over here and drop a bomb. Unfortunately it's my last bomb, so if I'm wrong I don't get another try. Nope, I was right, there we go. That was a bit lucky, but we traded a bomb for a key, and unfortunately we don't have another bomb to blow up this key beggar. I'm not going to give him any keys because I will need these keys on the next floor to open, for example, the item room and the shop. I say and the shop, I'm really hoping that I need to open the shop because I have enough money to, but we'll see how that goes. I don't believe the next floor can have an arcade on it, even if I have 5 cents. I believe it's the floor after that that has the first arcade, but I may be wrong. You may need to refer to the wiki or possibly Northern Line to find out how that one works. Ah, Curse of Darkness, my nemesis. This makes it much harder to see things on the screen. Turning the gamma up may help, but I prefer to play it as it was made, just because I'm silly. Right, these enemies will just stay in place, shake a bit and shoot bullets at you. Try not to walk into the bullets they shoot. I mean, we're still fairly early on in the game. We're in the basement this time, which has much more forgiving bosses. That one was a yellow version, i.e. a yellow champion. Sometimes they drop batteries when you defeat them, but in hard mode they're much less likely to. There will be a lot more various enemies, and they're a lot more likely to not drop anything. Right, those two were basically exploding flies. They're big red flies. You shoot them, when they die they will shoot bullets in the 4 cardinal directions. Something to worry about. Right, I am going to take this red heart. We haven't taken any red heart damage so far on this floor, but I really need to find something to protect my red hearts, because I doubt I will retain that through the fight with the boss, whoever the boss is. The boss can't be the Haunt, who is notably difficult to not take damage against because of his semi-erratic patterns. And luckily we're in the basement, so we're not going to get that, but it's still possible I could get something that could randomly hit me, because if I'm not paying enough attention, if I let my attention slip even slightly. Like, these guys are just walking towards me and you can shoot them then without much difficulty. These guys are nests and will often spawn bombs, spiders or flies in an attempt to attack you. These troll bombs will also try and attack you. There are forms of these that will chase you down. Be very careful of those because they will try and blow you up. If you're good enough, you can move them into a place where they benefit you by blowing up, say, secret walls, or for example, you can see here that explosions happen against this wall, so we know that there's no secret hidden here. And we've blown up these rocks, so if there was anything hidden under these rocks, we would have found it. But in this case, it wasn't actually on purpose, it was luck. This is Little Haunt. Fear him. Basically, he'll fly about, target an enemy, do damage to him, and cause him to be scared. That fear will keep him out of combat, at least for a little while. On the flip side, that can make their attacks more erratic, so you do have to be careful when you have Little Haunt that you are not going to get, say, Monstro firing his laser continuously and destroying you, or jumping a lot and therefore killing you. These guys, oh dear, I failed my Devil Deal chance. These guys just charge you down, and if you don't panic, like I did, you can just walk out their way. Oh, I should have pushed that. Oh no, I got a blue heart just in time to have already taken damage. Well, if I can not take damage on the boss, there is still a 1 in 3 chance I can have a deal with the devil, although it is fairly unlikely. Let's continue this way. I believe this is probably the way towards the boss. These flies just form a circle and fly towards you. It's not terribly difficult, you just have to not stand in their way. Right, Justice. I will use Justice, and it gives you 1 of each type of consumable, which is extremely useful. I'm not going to fight the boss just yet. Let's explore the rest of the floor and see what we've got. I probably should explore the shop. Ooh, PhD, and for only 7 cents. Ooh, and blank card. Both items I would really like, so I am going to explore the rest of the floor, see if we get enough money, and then use the 2 of diamonds when I'm sure we've got enough money. Right, here you can see a rock that has a cross on it. It's slightly bluer than the surrounding rocks. This is a tinted rock. Lower down in the floors they won't change colour, they will be the same colour as all the other rocks, but if you look carefully for the specific odd rocks that have a cross on them, they will often be tinted rocks. Blowing them up in any way will produce often good results. For example, in this case, temporary spirit hearts. Now there's two places there could be secret rooms that I'm thinking about. Right, flies that shoot bullets at you, and what looks like, is that a dark green fly? Because if it is, it will explode when I kill it. Yes, need to be very careful of that. A rune, passage, airwires. Right, this is rarely useful because you want to fight the boss before you move down to the next floor, but there is good reason to use it because it can lead with a ladder to a black market or a crawl space, so it's worth using even if you don't get a lot of utility out of it. You might as well try it. You lose nothing from it, well, unless you accidentally walk onto the passage it creates, of course, and then you're screwed. Not to be too blunt, of course. Right, there are two places I can think of where there may be a secret room. I'm going to try this one and cross my fingers. Yes! Well, that was entirely luck because it was a 50-50 shot. I'm also going to shoot the fires in case that they give coins. Not the first one, let's try the second one. No. I could, if I had a bomb, blow that guy up or blow my way through these rocks to get that chest, but I don't think it's worth buying a bomb just for that case. Right, now with 13 cents, if I use my doubler, we end up with 26. Now, that may be enough for both. I can't be asked to do the math in my head. Oh, no, it is. Right, so PhD makes any pills you pick up not negative. I mean, it should make them all positive, but some of the pills you can still have are like, Are You a Wizard, which makes your tears go diagonally and is actually an impediment, or I believe paralysis is a positive pill. I have no idea in which way it's actually positive, but it is a pill you can end up getting on the positive rotation. It won't do things like take your health away or reduce your luck, however, so you get no permanent downgrades from pills, and it makes pills much more likely to be a useful payout. Right, let's take this. Luck up. It also tells you what the pills are going to be once you pick them up, so that's a definite benefit. Right, now this is a card. It's a blank card, and if I were to take it, it will allow me to use cards once every 4 rooms, as in it will clone the effect of the card you're carrying and allow you to repeatedly use it once every 4 rooms. Use it again once every 4 rooms. It's actually really useful in different synergies. For example, if you have the battery, which allows you to use your spacebar item twice, and you've got a really good card, for example the Chaos card, you can use the blank card twice, so you can throwing 2 cards that can kill an enemy, and then you can throw the actual Chaos card and get 3 one-shot kills. I mean, that is enough to actually take out Mega Satan himself, who only takes 2 Chaos cards, I believe. So I don't believe I'm going to take it though, because at this point we're early enough in the game, the D6 is worth keeping, so I'm going to re-roll it into a Steam sale. Now that is definitely worth taking, because it means from now on everything else is going to be half price, so I can even afford this extra spirit heart to protect me on the next floor. Now hopefully we will get a deal with the devil thanks to taking no damage on the boss. We've got 1 in 3 chance. I can only hope. Right, this is Dingle. He does 2 very well telegraphed attacks. One of them is charge at you when he screws up his face. The other one is whistle and shoot bullets at you. If possible, try not to get hit by his charge. But that is the more difficult one to avoid. His bullets are usually easier to evade, but evidently I'm not playing terribly well right now. Right, what do we got here? Little Steven. Yeah, I'll take him. He's quite useful. He is a friend who will follow you about at set distance, and when you fire in a direction, he will also fire. His tears are purple. I'm not sure if they are tears. Yeah, his spit is purple and will home into enemies. So that is incredibly useful. We don't have much for the next floor. Bit of a shame, but on we go downwards to the next floor. And there was no devil deal. To be honest, I didn't deserve it, due entirely, in fact, to having taken red heart damage. But this floor, there is a good chance I won't take any red heart damage. Right, these guys are colloquially referred to as Diglets because they pop up out of the ground like the Pokemon Diglett and spit bullets at you. There is a black version that spits spiraling bullets, who are often, I find, actually easier. Ooh, Balls of Steel pill gives you 2 extra blue hearts, spirit hearts, and there's a reference to, I believe, Duke Nukem 3D. I'm sure there was a reference that was a reference to. Samson's chain is really good for crushing rocks, but I really would rather not take it. I want to charge up my D6 and re-roll it into something else, because this is a monster fighting room. You can only get into it when your red hearts are equal to or above your starting health, I believe, or your red hearts are full. So when that re-rolls, it should re-roll into an item room item, I believe, if I'm remembering correctly. I think there's probably a secret room behind here, just out of the fact that this shape of room often has a secret room behind there, but no guarantees. There is our item room over on the left, and some more of these charging little poops that I will try and get out the way of, but little haunts doing some work. As you can see, Sissy Longlegs is also helping out. There we go, another spider just hit him. I believe spiders do the same amount of damage as flies, 2.5 times your individual tier damage, but cannot cross gaps, which is their sort of main disadvantage. Ooh, Fat Protector. I'm going to take this guy. Big fan. Sorry. Basically, he is a huge fly who will get in the way of bullets shot towards you. It's one of probably the best orbitals. You can use it offensively if you walk up to and next to an enemy. He will do ticks of damage as long as you're not touching them and take damage yourself. Well, he will keep doing it regardless of if you're also getting maimed. But his main use is just to be in the way of bullets, and he's so wide it makes it a lot easier. It's often best to try, before you go in for an attack, to make sure he's on the side, or he's going to be passing the side from which you'll be attacking. So you could rotate around an enemy anti-clockwise to make sure he's always in front as you move. Right, shall we go into the shop? No. As you can see, it's probably not worth it because I don't have any money. I haven't either worked up a reroll yet, so let's continue exploring until we get one. There should only be 2 more rooms. These enemies are very dangerous. Not only do we have a room with a spitting bullet trap, but we also have enemies that shoot exploding green goo. The worst part of that problem is I believe they can do a full heart of damage, if I'm remembering correctly. So it's better not to be taking that damage if possible. Ooh, again, some more charging poops. I don't know what these guys want, but I don't want in on it. And again, shooting these poops to get anything we can out of it. More money. Might make the shop more valuable if we can collect enough of it. I mean, we've already got the Steam sale, so we only need to reach about 7 cents to get one of the best items out of the shop. But still, it's better to have it before you waste the key, or utilise the key. Now let's re-roll this and see if it's worth fighting in this room. No. That is holy water. When you take damage, it will splash onto the floor, and that splash is creep, like damage water that monsters can walk onto. However, it is tiny. I'm going to take it anyway. Well, no, actually, I'm going to see if I can get another reroll for it. But the area it affects is tiny, and it lasts a very short amount of time, so it really isn't worth taking it if you can avoid it and reroll it. Most of the other characters would just have to have taken Samsung's chain there because they wouldn't have D6. But since we have it, we might as well use it. It's probably one of Isaac's most powerful items. As you can see, this guy was forced into a corner by a little haunt scaring him. Let's see what we've got here. Full health. Well, I'll carry that on for later, just in case we need it. Oh, these guys are actually called butt lickers, as I understand it. Probably because they move in a chain where they're licking each other's butt. You have to be very careful with these white flies because they cannot be damaged until their poop pile is destroyed, but they can still damage you, so careful on that front. Here we've got some of the green guys with some of the walking spider sacks, and some of the green walking spider sacks that spit explosive bombs. So all in all, careful in this room. Well, obviously you're not, well, if you're following along, be very careful in this room. Right, we now have wall splitting spiders. On lower floors, these can spit a laser that reaches the entire way across the floor, and you have to be incredibly careful in rooms such as this, where you could just be sniped from the other side of the room. As it is just now, they shoot moderately short-range bullets. Ooh, there's a hill. Can we get to it? We'd have to explode some more stuff. If we're going to explode more stuff, let's blast our way in from this side and get as many of these as possible. And take, right, tears up, increases your tears, i.e. I think it's both your shot size and speed. But it is a stat in and of itself. 48 hour energy gives you 2 more charges of your item. I'm going to not use it just yet. See, paralysis. Oh look, I'm paralyzed. That is incredibly useful, isn't it, game? No. So I'm going to earn 2 more charges because it makes more sense. Because we're so close, and then if the reroll goes badly, or however the reroll goes, I'll use it to reroll other things in this run, or on this floor I should say. Right, these guys are keepers. If they hit you, they will make you drop money, your own money, not like extra money that you didn't have before. And that's probably their worst attribute. This one is dark green, so he's going to explode when I hit him. Oh, yeah, just explode. No, go back. Now, if he'd exploded there against the wall, that would have been brilliant. He exploded against a different wall, not even close enough that we can tell. Unfortunately, I can't see the map because of, it must be a Curse of the Lost, is it? I believe. Yeah, Curse of the Lost. Oh, I need 1 more room. Dang. I can't make the 1 more room for the boss. The boss counts as 1 room, so I could go and defeat the boss before I try rerolling, and then we could actually use the boss. Oh, nope. We've got another room full of butt lickers. Such a weird name. But, well, everything about this game is quite strange. It is based on, I believe it's Isaac's imagination, but I couldn't swear to it, so don't quote me on that. Ooh! Book of Belial, temporary damage up. I will probably be back for that before we leave the floor. It allows you to do a lot more damage and guarantees you a deal with the devil on every floor to which you carry it that can have one by any other means other than just Joker cards. There are some floors where you can only, like the first floor and the cathedral, that you can only get a deal with the devil if you use a Joker card, but any floor that can have them naturally will open one with that book, so it's probably the best option. Magnetic Tears, there is not a chance in hell that I am taking that. It's called Strange Attractor. It basically pulls enemies and items towards you when you fire your tears. Unfortunately, that also means that enemies get pulled straight to your face, and I at least die a heck of a lot when I use that. So instead of doing that, I'm going to use 48 hour energy to recharge my die, and we'll give this another good old try, shall we? Right, recharge. There's 2 more charges now on the ground should I need them. Let's move this one out of the way because I don't want to accidentally take it if I decide not to. Polyphemus, absolutely brilliant. I do have to fight this room, but my tears are incredible. They're huge, and when they hit an enemy, if there is any left after the enemy dies, they will continue through at a slightly reduced size, which is an absolutely brilliant thing to have. Right, I might as well take one of these because there are 3 more left on the floor. There's that one there, and there's one in with the Book of Belial. I'm not going to re-roll the Book of Belial. I think I might actually just ditch my D6, which is a brilliant item, but deals with the devil can give you some of, or the best items in the game, so it is often worth doing. Right, I'm going to go into here. This is going to damage me. If I was able to fly, the entrance going inside wouldn't damage me, but coming out would. But as it is, I'm going to take at least half a heart on both directions and try, if there are spiders in there, not to take damage on those. Right, no spiders, 2 red chests. Red chests can have devil deal items, spiders, or troll bombs. Troll bombs, right, yeah, didn't want that very much. A chasing troll bomb, didn't want that at all. It was a waste of a blue heart, but I prefer to see it as a use of a blue heart. I used the blue heart to discover what the item in that room was, because it can be something like a guppy item that can transform you when put with 2 other guppy items into guppy, which is an incredibly powerful transformation as he spawns flies as you shoot, or it can be any of the other devil deal items, which are often some of the best in the game, as I said before. Right. Polycephalus shoots bullets at you, moves underground, sometimes spawns diglets. There we go, there's a diglet. And I mean, that's about it. Their worst attack really is that they can pop up beneath you. And that is quite dangerous. But we didn't take damage there, and we got a deal with the devil despite not carrying the Book of Belial. I figured that we were probably likely to get one. This is the 8 ball. I'm not sure it's worth taking. I believe it's luck up, but is it worth taking? Let's go into the deal with the devil and see what we get. Oh, brilliant. Right, I'll probably have to explain these, but right, this is the Pact, damage and tears up. I will entirely take that because it is utterly brilliant. Now the difficulty is going to be, do I take the nail, which gives you 1 spirit heart per 6 rooms, but also turns you into a demon killing machine, which would be quite awesome, for that 1 room obviously, but it would leave me with no red hearts. Taking this, however, would mean I can still take the Book of Belial. In fact, I may just re-roll these, since I know I'm taking the Book of Belial, and I don't particularly want either of these. Oh, you're gonna make me make that choice, are you? Well, I want the Book of Belial, but I'm gonna have to take the Satanic Bible. It is a survivability item, plain and simple. Once every 6 rooms, it gives you a black heart. Black hearts damage all the enemies in the room that you're in when you use it, which is incredibly useful. Right, I don't think I want that that item, so let's cross our fingers that when I come back the devil deal is still there. Yes it is, because I left an item in there. Good. Now I can go get a charge from the book with the book of the room with the Book of Belial and re-roll the boss item. I can do this twice should I need to, but hopefully we won't have to. We'll just start balling out of control before that, as they say. I'm probably going to cut this video off at 40 minutes, which is about 8 minutes time, just so that you're not sat bored out of your mind. Right, that is an extra permanent point of health. I will totally take that, because that will be extremely useful for, say, taking other devil deals. I don't want this devil deal, however, because, well, it's crap. Actually, now that I think about it, I take that, which is what I am going to take out of here. This is a bit of a long play, but it may be worth it in the end. Right, so we'll swap it with the Book of Belial, so that it doesn't get re-rolled by accident, which I can totally see myself doing on occasion. And we'll go into the devil deal room. Then we'll take the D6 and go get a charge for it. Then if I re-roll both books, I don't have to take the left one if I don't want to and spend the heart on it, but I can. Wait, no, that's not what I meant to do. I meant to take the charge. Silly me. I will be back for that though. And we can get whatever it is on the right. Hopefully it will be a devil deal item, because it wasn't the devil deal room. Oh dear, he's not allowed me to come back and re-roll it. That's a shame, but oh well, we got everything we could from that room. Right, so that was a bit of a shame. It was probably because it's not my starting item that was holding the room open. But there we go, Satanic Bible. Unfortunately, I wasted that full charge. I could have used it to get an extra black heart, but never mind. There is also a full health pill. I know I've forgotten, but I haven't really forgotten it. I've only got 1 heart. It seems a bit pointless to carry it at this point. There's nothing like the blank card for pills, so there's not a lot I can do in the event that I do get down to a half heart. It's basically win or die. Right, here we have a skull room. Like I said, I'm going to explain it. You have to have 1 full red heart or less to enter. There's an easy way to do that. If there's an arcade on your floor, you can use the blood selling machine to sell the contents of your red hearts down till you've got 1 red heart, but be very wary of entering without other hearts to back you up, because there's a very good chance of you dying, because this is a fight against 2 bosses if you're before the mum fight, or 3 bosses if you're after the mum fight. So let's enter and see what we've got. 3 chests of different types. Well, I'll open the one least likely to be trapped first, and then kill the bosses. That sounds the most logical to me. Right, these are silkworms, but this main guy here is Chub. He will charge at you like a silkworm, and swallow bombs if you put them in front of him. Come on, Chub, we want to show the good people. Oh, nope, didn't swallow it. That's a shame. That is referred to in the rules card, if you use it, as Chub dislikes smoke. It is said repeatedly, so it might be a good idea to ignore the rules card, because that's pretty much the only thing it says. This is Peep. He loses his eyes and they become dangerous as you damage him more. He puts Creep, aka damaging liquid, on the ground, and he tries to jump and drop well, bullets made of, I'm guessing, some kind of stomach acid at you. The best thing to do is try and avoid the bullets as he drops. Try not to walk onto the creep and shoot from a distance. If you haven't got distance, for example you're Azazel, you may be in trouble when he jumps, but you'll be okay flying over the creep ground. Let's take this key and see what's in these 2 chests. We won't have any more fights because you only fight the contents of this room once. There we go, that's a nice heart. What's in here? 2 hearts I can't use, but if we get some other items that synergize with those, we will use them. Let's enter here. I've got enough keys to enter everything else on this floor, so we might as well find out what's in here. Ooh, a plethora of good items. Right, might as well use these paralysis. Actually no, there's a chance we could get something that re-rolls floor items on this floor, so we might as well give that a try. We'll pick this up, we'll pick this up. We can't take the red heart, we might as well take the bomb, and this is Rune of Destruction, which blows up all of the rocks in and anything else destructible in a room. It's probably the worst of the runes, but is actually quite useful if you've got a room full of rocks, because then you can find secret rocks, cross rocks or tinted rocks easier, and you can also find anything hidden under the rocks. For example, crawl spaces and black market are sometimes hidden under the rocks. Full health rune really isn't worth trading it off just at the moment, because it only heals your red hearts. Right, these guys are walking hosts. A host is a basically stationary version of that. They can only be hurt when their white skull pops up. Ooh, these guys are nasty. There we go, they're gone. I can't get that coin. Might as well look at these fires and see if we can get some more money out of it. We've got 12, which is almost enough for 2 items from the shop at half price. Obviously, if they're 7 each, then 14 is both. The shop, by the way, will not start as stocked as mine is. I have unlocked all the items in the game that I can without unlocking the spoiler character, and also completed all of the normal difficulty things to unlock items, so that I can have the maximum amount of synergies to show you what's going on and how to play the game. If you are having trouble with lesser quantity of items, I should say, you may be in trouble because the difficulty goes up as you unlock more of the items. And try turning the game down to normal mode and completing it on normal mode first, like I have. It is a really good idea, because you do get better at this game. This is a game you can get better at, and as you get better at it, you will come to understand some of the tricks. Just having an awareness of how to move your character is actually really important. Right, this is probably the last thing I will do for this video. It is chocolate milk. Charge shots. Now, the big shots I was doing before, instead of doing those, I charge up my shots and do one absolutely enormous shot instead. You can still shoot by tapping in the direction smaller tears, or in this case, chocolate. But the larger ones will do absolutely face melting damage, and so are worth keeping. Right, thanks for watching. If you have any other synergies or tips that you would like to tell me about, or seeds you would like to tell me about, or anything in particular, if you liked or didn't like this video, please like or dislike, and if you'd like to see the rest of the series, don't forget to subscribe. Thanks very much, and I'll see you next time.